What's going on, everybody? Standard credit repair, CFPB complaints, credit repair disputes, credit repair letters is what we're going to discuss on today's live. And I'm going to attempt to also, excuse me, share a couple examples of dispute letters. So give me a minute just to share the live with some people. And we'll go from there. Hope everybody's doing good. Share. If y'all do have any questions, please leave them in the live chat. If you want to sign up for our services, that link is in the live chat. But a lot of people don't want to work with the attorneys, and I hate to say it this way, but all they care about is disputes going out every 2 months. Hello.
So on this box, did you say you can watch anything on it?
You're supposed to be able to. No, don't do that. I'm on a live, but when I get done, I'll ask Joe how it works. All right. All right. Love you. Bye. Sorry, y'all. That was my mom calling. Let me see. Would y'all like to see some examples of factual dispute letters? If so, I'm going to attempt to share my screen here in just a few minutes and show you what we do them two different ways. And I'm just sharing the live with several people. So hopefully we can get the numbers up. All right, let me get it. Let me get them saved and see if I can share them with y'all, because I had to send them from the PC. Let's see. That's actually, why is it showing up as one? Save the download folder. I have no idea what just happened. And yes, it would be great to see an example. I watched a little bit of Pinnacle's video where he mentions your name and even pulled in attorney John Watts. That video from John is super old and irrelevant. I couldn't finish the video. Yeah, he's always all over the place. And like I said, I addressed my mistakes. I never hid from them. And I definitely didn't have to flee the country to go hide. Yeah, give me 1 second to see if I can get these pulled up. I don't know that I can share it, honestly, but I'm definitely going to try. So give me a second, because I don't even know if it gives me the option. I know I can share a web page. So let's close out all these web pages, because then it won't try to have me select all these web pages. All right, give me 1 second. Share. And it does not look like it gives me the option to share. I'm not sure how I can do that, honestly. Let's see if I can open in a web page. See, it doesn't even give you the option. I probably should have tried to figure this out before I went live, but yeah, if you couldn't watch the whole live, I'm not surprised one bit. He's usually he's usually all over the place. Okay, hold on. I may have figured this out, y'all. There's dispute letter 2. Okay, let me see if I can do this one the same way. I do believe I figured it out, y'all. I believe I'm going to be able to share this with y'all. So I'll start out with just the basic. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Make sure I select the right one. I don't know if is it this one? Yes. Okay, here we go. So this is just like your more standard basic dispute. And as you can see, there is consumer laws in there as well. The other letters are a lot more thorough and there's a lot more information on there. But as you can see, this account is inaccurately reported as a charge off with the date of last activity on TransUnion as 8/19/2025, Experian 10/1/2023, and Equifax 8/1/2025. I request the immediate removal of this charge off as it is not accurately documented. The request is supported by 15 USC 1681 CA4 and 15 USC 1681 I5A or IA5A. Sorry. But again, these are just the most basic disputes that would be included for $99 a month. Plus, you're going to get CFPB complaints, and I'm definitely not going to. I don't know how to pull up somebody's CFPB complaints and share them without not you seeing their information. So I'm definitely not going to try to do that. But if y'all want to read the rest of the letter, I like this one because it also includes something about late payments as well. So give me 1 second and I will share. I will share the other dispute so y'all can see it as well. If I can figure this out. So this one's going to be factual 2. Give me a second to stop sharing. Share. All right. Now, as you can see, this one is a lot more thorough than the other ones. So there's a lot going on with these accounts. And like I said, this is what you want. With a late payment dispute, with the CRA remove the whole account or just a late payment, depending on what the consumer wants or what's the best action. Sometimes it's actually best to remove the whole account, especially if there's a ton of late payments. The chances of getting all of the late payments removed are slim to none. And that's just me being honest with you. But the first one is for a First Premier account. As you can see, it says, I am disputing the way a charge off is being furnished on my consumer report. They have failed to comply with federal law by not providing me with either one, a negative information notice under 15 USC 1681 S-2A7, FCRA 623A7, and 2, an adverse action notice under 15 USC 1681M, FCRA 615. There is no payment history reported. You are required to provide complete and accurate information, and failure to include the full payment history means the reporting is incomplete and inaccurate. There is a credit limit of $500 on this account, even though it is listed as a charge-off. The date of last payment is missing. Without this information, the trade line is incomplete and unverifiable under FCRA 1681EB. I request that these discrepancies be investigated, and if these discrepancies cannot be modified to be accurate and complete, I ask that this account be deleted from my credit report. And I'm not going to read the other one. I'll let y'all read it. And I'm not sure how long I will be on this live. I'm sorry, I should have went live several hours ago. I've just been busy. And I'm not 100% sure that I am going to offer this, but for what I'm going to charge if I do, $99 a month, you're getting disputes like this in full detail. You're getting CFPB complaints. You'll have a client portal you can log into to upload any results, anything that you receive from debt collectors. So it's a really cheap price, and you do have to pay $39.90 for the credit monitoring as well. I forgot to mention that, and I've got to mention that. So If y'all do have any questions, please leave them in the live chat. Like I said, I probably will not stay on here long like I did yesterday. So for my clients personally right now, I don't send anything. I don't do none of the mailing, none of the disputing. The attorneys do 100% of the work. But if I offer this, we will be mailing regular mail because, well, we don't have to send certified because we're also filing CFPB complaints. So if we have to use it against them, we can because we have the CFPB complaints on file. Plus certified mailing is pretty expensive. It's about $20 per client to send mail certified. So it gets pretty expensive with the certified mail. And you've got proof of the dispute through the CFPB. So honestly, you don't even have to mail the letters, just go through the CFPB. But we do still mail the letters as well. And again, that's if I decide to offer this. I'm 50-50 right now. It's just so many people have reached out wanting this service again because they don't want to deal with the attorneys and they want to see dispute letters every single month. You'd be surprised at the consumers that say, all I care about is disputes going out each month. And I'm going to go back to your comment, Coob, about John Watts. John Watts is a beast. He's an expert and he knows what he's doing. And that's why he posted him on his channel. Yeah, John Watts, I believe, is from Alabama, if I remember correctly. I think he's an attorney in Alabama. I could be wrong, but I do believe he's the one in Alabama. Look, there's a lot of these attorneys out there, and there's a lot of these attorneys out here in this industry that suck big time. Yeah, he's been in this industry for a very long time, very long time. Yeah, Alabama. Yeah, I thought it was Alabama. Yeah, no, he definitely knows his stuff. He's very professional, um, and yeah, I would trust him with my client's information. You know, unlike the scammers like Pinnacle Credit Repair, we're not sending your information to another country so they can steal and sell your personal information. You may get your credit fixed, but now somebody's got your social security number and they got your address. So if you're okay with that, be my guest. No, all attorneys are not good. Not just in credit repair, but in anything. There's some that suck for everything. Trust me. If y'all have any questions about this dispute letter that's up, let me know. Again, we can draft the letters like this, or we can draft them and make them more simple. And some people do like the simple dispute letter. So let me pull that one back up. As you can see, this is a much more simple and basic dispute letter. So we can do it either way. We can do it either way. And again, that's if I decide to go the 99 month a month way of doing basic credit repair too. Because I honestly just enjoy doing the litigation back credit repair because why not have attorneys do the work? Why not have attorneys sue on your behalf? And why not get sometimes thousands of dollars in your pocket and get your credit fixed at the same time? I mean, it's a no brainer to me. But I do get how consumers they can be impatient and they want to see the work every single month. They want to know that it's done right then. Yes, these letters will still go through eOscar. That's how they communicate with the creditors. And that's if the bureaus do their job and forward the information to the creditors. So me personally, if I was choosing, it would be the other dispute letters. And I'm just being honest. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these. They work. These dispute letters work. I promise you they work. But let me see if I got the right one. These are just better. And I have no idea what I just did with the live. I think I just closed out of it. Nope, there it is. Um, that's a hard system to beat, man. Would it truly be worth your time and energy? Well, I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, when it comes down to fixing credit, no matter how you're doing it, no matter what method you're doing, you're going to have consumers' files come in that are just tough. They're hard and they don't want to remove anything. And that's why the litigation backed credit repair is so much better, because these CROs can't sue on your behalf. They may tell you they can, but unless they're an attorney, they can't. And my attorneys are going to get you the most money possible. They're not like most of these other attorneys that only give you $100 or $200 and they keep the rest. No, you're going to get a big portion of the lawsuit. And that's another thing that separates my attorneys and myself from everybody else that is in litigation backed credit repair. So for me, it'd be worth it to me just because I'd be making a consumer happy, because they get to see these letters. They'll get to see the CFPB complaints, because we either have the consumer set it up or we set it up for them using their email. Because when you sign up for that, it's going to send a code to their email, and it needs to be their email and their phone number. It doesn't need to be a made up phone number and a made up email address like these scammers do. No, I mean, it always is. And that's what I'm saying. That's what makes the litigation backed credit repair so much better. If they're not going to do their job, that's fine. We're going to sue you and force you to do your job. Now you don't have no choice but to do your job. Yeah, the going back and forth, it can be aggravating, 100%. But that's a part of credit repair, and that's a part of the games that the credit bureaus play. You just have to know how to beat them and know how to fight them, and my attorneys do. Oh. I'll stay on here for a few more minutes, and then I'm probably going to hop off. Let me do a vote before I get off of here. All right, I just did a poll, so if y'all will go vote, I should have done this to start with, but I really didn't think about it. So just to see what y'all think before I get off. And if you don't want to vote, that's perfectly fine. It's whether we get 10 votes that say yes and none that say no. That's not going to be the deciding factor. Oh, so we're 1-1 so far. Coob, did you vote? And if you did, can you tell me what you voted? If you want to, you don't have to. And anybody that voted yes or no, if you want to comment why you voted yes or why you voted no, it'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I had a client text me last night that just signed up, and he said, "Whatever y'all doing, it's working. So glad I went with the best. Only first round. I'm excited for the future. Thanks for everything and the great knowledge on YouTube. P.S. You can use this review for your channel," which I haven't posted it. No, no, I mean, if I was on the outside looking in and voting, I would say no to. Just because, why would you do that when you can do the litigation back credit repair? I get it. It takes a while to start seeing stuff, to get the ball rolling because you're going through attorneys and everything's being done the legal way. Everything has to be perfect when the attorneys are working. But we're not just sending off letters like this just to get deletions. We're trying to get the debt waived so you don't have to pay the bank back if we can. We're trying to get thousands of dollars in your pocket on top of deletions. So why not? And it's actually the litigation back credit repair is actually cheaper because it's $547 no matter how long it takes. And then the only way you would pay anything more than the $547 is if we're able to litigate your file. And let's say we get you $10,000. Well, per mine and your agreement, we split that. So you made 5,000 and I made 5,000, and you got your credit fixed. You cannot beat that. You just cannot beat that. What if this takes away from the results? So when it comes to credit repair, well, if you're doing it the right way, I'm not going to say it'll take away from the results, but with traditional credit repair, at some point, not with every consumer, but with some of your clients, you're going to feel like you're spinning your wheels, and so are they. Meaning the credit bureaus are going to just keep refusing to do their job. They're going to keep, verifying this is accurate, or, we updated part of this dispute. It's just part of the game. They do not want to remove this negative information from your credit report because it takes away from the banks. And guess who's friends with the banks? The credit reporting agencies. So it really just depends on how you look at it. These letters are going to get good results. Yeah, now I do have other attorneys that will work with us on these type of disputes as well, if the whole thing is set up right. What I mean by that is the letters are drafted like this, because this is the correct way to do a factual dispute. We're pointing out everything inaccurate, everything incomplete. And then based on their response, you may only have to send one round to send it to an attorney. And we're going to. If I send these letters out, the consumer gets the results. First thing I'm going to do is email an attorney and say, this is what we sent. This is their response. What can we do? And yes, 100% their game. All right, sorry, I was reading an email. Anybody have any questions? Like I said, this right here, these type of disputes will be what you're getting. You'll be able to see the disputes. Once we create a CFPB account for you, or you create the account, doesn't matter to me. We only offer it because a lot of consumers don't want to fill out everything, but it has to be with your email and it has to be with your phone number. We're not doing no shady stuff here. We want you to be able to log into the CFPB as well and see those complaints. They're going to match these dispute letters. We're not using no FTC reports. We're not claiming fraud. We're not doing none of that stuff. This is legal credit repair, legal CFPB complaints to get you the best results possible legally without attorneys, which could actually turn into attorneys getting involved based on if and how the credit reporting agencies respond. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Share this everywhere you can. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'll stand here for just a couple minutes. If y'all have any questions, leave them in the comments. Make sure you read the dispute letters. This is for a charge off and a collection. Hold on, y'all. I got to do something real quick. Anybody got any questions before I hop off of here? Let me know. Anybody have any questions about the CFPB, about these dispute letters, about me possibly offering factual disputing, basically standard credit repair again with factual disputing, dispute letters just like this, as well as CFPB complaints. You'll get to see the letters. You'll get to see the CFPB complaints. So, yeah, just let me know. Looks like, trying to see, looks like 3 people voted. 67% yes, 33% said no. So far it's a yes, but again, this is not going to be, I'm not going to base my final decision on this. I was just curious to who thinks it's a good idea and who thinks it's not. The CFPB is still strong as long as so what really matters is your dispute letter. what you're disputing, why you're disputing, what you're telling them. All the CFPB is doing is forwarding your dispute letter to the CRAs. That's literally all they do. It's not what everybody's making it out to be. The same way that the bureaus communicate. Hold on, I'm sorry. They all use the same system. The CRAs, the creditors, the CFPB, they all use the same system. Let me respond to this freaking email. Sorry, I got to respond to this email. Let's see. Do you know how? Okay. So I definitely, again, because I'm not a good multitasker, I read that wrong. No, they have a special portal that they use with the credit reporting agencies. I apologize. I suck at multitasking because I got both phones out here, um, the live going, email in the background, which I don't have the email in the background anymore. I just closed out of it after I responded to this email. Yeah, that's why I hate having both of these phones out. It's just, but I have so much going on even during the lives. And if I just sit there and let them go off, they'll just continue to go off. And then it'll take me forever to get caught back up. So somebody just texted me, and I don't know if you're on the live or not. So we can't fix credit for people in Georgia at all. OMG. So the only people that can work on credit for Georgia consumers are attorneys and realtors. And even attorneys and realtors cannot charge a fee to the consumer for credit repair. I'll give you an example. Pinnacle Credit Repair thinks that because, well, he was in Vietnam and now he's in California, but because he's in California, that he legally can charge people and help people do credit repair in Georgia. That's not how it works. They have to be an attorney or a realtor. Doesn't matter where they are located. It does not matter where they are located. All right, and 4 more minutes will be 40 minutes, so I'll stay on here for 4 more minutes. So if y'all have any questions, looks like we had another person vote. 4 people so far. So Coob, looks like you're the only one that said no, man. Sounds like uh, the other one's the way to go. Which again, that doesn't, just so y'all know, that doesn't mean that I'm going to do this. This is something that I'm going to really, really have to consider, just because I enjoy the litigation better. And I'm not even sure this is something that I'm not sure this is something I want to add to my plate, is what I'm saying. Can I do it? Absolutely, 100%. They are not. People think they're scared of the CFPB, but they're not. Okay, so here's something that a lot of consumers don't understand when it comes to the credit reporting agencies and the CFPB. They don't care if you sue them. They really don't. They have so much money that it doesn't matter. And believe it or not, they make more money by not doing their job because most people are not going to sue them. Yes, you are. You are. But they're not scared of them. They get sued every single year. The bureaus get sued every single years for things like sham investigations, just basically not doing their job and not fixing errors because consumers don't know their rights. Most consumers, especially if they're fixing credit themselves, they will send in a dispute letter, and once it comes back verified as theirs, they give up. They're like, you know what? They're right. It's my account. There's no way to get it removed. Yeah, I mean, again, I get it. Consumers, I'm trying to think of the best way of putting this without it like sounding rude or judgmental. The majority of consumers, all they care about is, when I sign up and pay you that fee, I want to see letters. I want to see them drafted. I want to see them mailed. I want to see the complaints within a couple of days. And that's fine. I get it. Because with the attorneys, you may feel like, well, nothing's being done, but it is a legal process. Now you have to look at it from an attorney's point of view. They're not just trying to get deletions, they're looking for legal things to find. So not only can they get this stuff removed, they can get the debt waived so you don't even know the bank, and then get money in your pocket and their pocket. Well, in my pocket. We're all three going to make money. When you sign up for our services, our litigation backed credit repair, not the new thing that I'm considering, everybody has the opportunity to make money. And it can be a very good amount of money. Does that mean everybody's going to get paid? Everybody's going to get a lot of money? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm trying to tell y'all. But you have the best opportunity with my company to get the most deletions legally, the most money in your pocket, and the most debts waived. Yes, they do. They literally have an account just for lawsuits. Sorry, I'm looking something up for basketball now. I swear when I go live is when I get asked the most questions. All right, looks like we made it just a little past 42 minutes. I'll give y'all another minute if anybody wants to ask questions. If you have questions about these disputes, if you have questions about CFPB complaints, standard credit repair, litigation credit repair. Um, but I am going to go get me something to eat here shortly. All I've had today is I had scrambled eggs and toast after the gym. And that was about 4 hours ago. So it hasn't been that long, but when you spend an hour and a half to 2 hours in the gym, you're hungry. You're hungry all the time, honestly. I'm hungry, laugh out loud, and I had my protein shake. You just make sure I have something to eat tonight. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm kind of not kidding. I do want something to eat tonight. You know, I'll be hungry tonight. I'll be hungry, and then I'll be tempted to either get some chocolate ice cream or a chocolate milkshake from Steak and Shake, like I had last night. So yeah, I had 4 scrambled eggs with 2 pieces of toast and grape jelly, and it's gone. It's gone. It is gone. So I am going to go ahead and hop off of here. But if y'all do have any questions, leave them in the comments after the live video is done uploading. Share this everywhere you can. Milkshake, bro. Yeah, man, I love chocolate milkshakes. Vanessa will tell you I had one last night at like, I don't even remember what time it was. It was late though, way too late to be eating. Probably 10 o'clock, or it had to be 10 or close to 10. So yeah, I like my milkshakes. I like my protein shakes and my milkshakes, but I need to stop the milkshakes and just keep doing the protein shakes. But it's one of my weaknesses for sure. Yeah, I like my chocolate ice cream. Vanessa can tell you. She knows me very well. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hop off of here. Hope y'all have a great day, and until the next live, I will see y'all. I hope everybody has a great Christmas. And I will go live probably Friday, if nothing else. So I will see y'all then.